Hi guys, it's Nancy, and we are going to be playing with the January 2025 Glimmer of the month. And the wax seal of the month I already have ready for you guys. But you guys, oh my god, I love this Glimmer of the month. This design I think is going to be great. First of all, this rope kind of arch pattern I think is very classic and modern in design. I love it, and I know that they have these kind of oval pattern dies. I don't have mine in front of me, but I got to dig them out. And then the foil is everybody's favorite foil. It is the Aura foil, which always foils so nicely. It is this gold holographic foil. I have my Glimmer heating up on the side, but immediately I started thinking like New Year's, like Chinese New Year's. I started thinking, I'm Irish, so I started thinking that rope pattern looked very nice for St. Patrick's Day, but also all of the sentiments. If you are new to hot foiling and glimmering, you came to the right place because, hi, I'm Nancy, the Foiling Empress, and I do all things foiling, whether it's toner foiling or what we're doing here is hot foiling. So this is a great way to start off the year. Maybe you got a hot foil machine for the holidays, but this has a wonderful set of sentiments as well. Thanks, smile, for you, congrats, and hello. So it comes with nice, easy to cut out sentiments. But the other thing that I'm going to do when I hot foil this is I'm going to use some very easy to hot foil paper, which is just some glossy paper, okay? So this glossy paper I got out of my stash. I got from a company called Marco's Paper, and it's called Cadillac Gloss Paper, and I have it in the red and the blue. So that's what I grabbed, and we're going to hot foil those. You can order them online. They're a very small company. I like to support small companies. So I just cut a piece of that in red and blue. But I thought, oh, this is going to look beautiful. And I cut it to 5.5 by 4 1/4. So there will be a little bit of an edge there, but I'm telling you, it's going to foil beautifully. Foil loves smooth, ultra smooth paper. Okay, so you want to cut your foil to be just slightly larger than your paper. Now, a lot of times people get into foiling and they mix up their foil. There is two different types of foiling. There's toner foiling and there's hot foiling. And if you don't know the difference, hot foil, which is what we're doing today, has an adhesive built into it, okay? So if you try to use this foil in your ink machine or your laminator machine or your Gina K Fuse machine, it's going to stick to everything. So this is specifically designed to be used with these hot foil plates, which press the design into the paper, okay? And the way you keep everything straight is this has grid lines in it. So we want to make sure that we line everything up to the grid lines, and you want the pretty side down. You can even like print out like a little a reminder with like your P-Touch machine and put pretty side down. The pretty side wants to be touching the plate so that it presses the adhesive side. Again, this is going to heat up and it has adhesive in it. The adhesive side, we want to touch our paper. So we're going to put that in here. And again, I'm going to just kind of eyeball and feel with my fingers. Hopefully I'm pretty centered. Okay, and then with this machine, you're going to press this button and it will count down to 60 seconds. And then we'll do the sentiments in a second. And then the the wax seal of the month is this beautiful 3D looking rose. It is called Floral Jewel 3D Wax Seal Stamp. And I've already done that in the crimson wax seal. I don't know what color they're sending you. I didn't get the wax. I just got the stamp as being part of the design team. Also, a reminder that it's time for you to get your new wax seal box for storage. It's a new year, so there's enough here to store 15, right? So what you can do is, as you start the new year, you can put in here January, February, March, and store your either your beads, you know, there's plenty of room to store your beads. I got these jars off of Amazon. This is how I label and store mine, and I keep them in a big tote. But you can also store your wax seal heads in here, so you can store them by year for your 12 months. This is a good time to store them, but I've already done that ahead of time. You can watch my other videos on how to do that. And I did it in crimson because I thought that beautiful red would look nice, and here it is, all nice and beautiful. And then I'm going to just take the gold Deco Color pen. Hopefully this doesn't mess it up. Just lightly rub that over, and you can see how that kind of gives it that gilded look. You can see how beautiful all of those highlighted designs, all the detail in that wax seal. So that is the wax seal of the month. Okay, our glimmer has stopped blinking. It is solid green now, which means it's ready to go in our platinum. This will work in your platinum, your Big Shot, your Gina K Intra-Cut machine, whatever you have to run it through. And we're just going to take it out very carefully and run it through our machine. Again, if you are not familiar with how hot foiling works, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have a whole playlist on hot foiling, and I will be happy to teach you. Or you can join my Facebook group. It's called the Foiling Snobs Club. We are not snobs. We just want to make sure that everybody knows how to foil. Okay, and we're going to take that off and let that cool down. And then while that cools down, I'm going to get this other one ready. All right, and this one, I want to make sure I have it lined up straight. So here's a little trick I have for you. I'm going to line this up. My paper straight there. And then I have mine taped together with some heat safe tape. That's a little crooked. And still a little crooked here. The paper keeps curling up. Okay. Now I'm going to flip this over like that. Okay. From there, I didn't really want my plate to come off, but what I could do is put a little tiny piece of tape just to hold that in place for a second. I don't want to keep the tape on there when I'm foiling because that could affect the pressure when I am, you'll see what I mean. I don't want to keep that on there because when I'm foiling, that tape will leave a mark as you're foiling. Now this has a hole in the center, so it's probably not going to matter. And then again, we want the pretty side down. And make sure the whole plate is covered. And in this case, there is a hole in the center of this design, so I'm not worried about it. But if that hole, if that were a foiled part, you would see that tape. It would interfere with the foiling. So you never really want to use tape when you're hot foiling because it could interfere with your foiling. But in this case, there's a void in the design, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, I'm going to put that piece back into my glimmer so it warms up. And we're going to reveal this piece. You always want to let it cool down before you reveal it. And again, we have beautiful foiling because of that foil paper. Now here we have a little bit of overfoiling. That's because of how close the design is. I never worry about that. You just want to take a nice stiff brush and you're going to knock that foil out. We call that foil flaking, and that's just because of how tight the design is. And you can knock that out. The other thing you can do, because this is such smooth glossy paper, is again, you can take that smooth or low tack tape, the Spellbinders tape works well, and you can just lift that out of there. So we're going to take a little piece of low tack tape. You don't want to use a mono eraser at this point because it will scratch the surface of this smooth paper. And we're just going to touch that foil. And as you touch the foil, wherever you have that little bit of overfoiling, it will remove the foil from where it's not supposed to be. It's not going to remove the foil where it is supposed to be because that's pressed down into the paper. Because with the foiling, you almost get this letter press effect because it's pressed in. But it's going to remove it from those stubborn areas where it's not supposed to be. So you can see now that foil has been lifted. And it's going to be kind of in the crease areas or the corners. That's all I'm going to do is touch that and take that out of there. But you want to use a low tack tape. Washi tape works best, the Spellbinders tape, pixie tape, purple tape, things like that. And there we have our beautiful background design. I love that rope design. Okay, let's take a look. I believe our blue one should be done. Love that. And remember, you can also use this leftover foil and you have the opposite look. Glossy paper works superb. Metallic paper, as long as it doesn't have porous paper works the worst. Okay, so if your paper is super thick or porous, it's not going to work as well. You want to crank it through slowly. You don't want any speed bumps. Now, if you are getting underfoiling, especially with some other manufacturers of machines, older machines, you might want to add an extra paper shim on top to tighten your machine. Okay. I'm going to remove this background plate. Now, when you're doing your sentiments, I'm going to do all of these in one pass. You want to lay them on your machine parallel to the way your rollers go in, okay? So, in other words, you're rolling it in the machine this way. You want to roll your sentiments, lay your sentiments parallel to the way your machine rolls, okay? Not perpendicular, because if you do it perpendicular, it's going to cause speed bumps. In other words, if I put them this way and I roll the sentiments through this way, what ends up happening is this causes speed bumps. And when we have sentiments, this is going to cause jumping of the machine. And then that causes jumping. Your foil is not going to be smooth, okay? So when you are lining these up, and these we're going to cut out with our trimmer. This set does not come with dies. Oftentimes Spellbinders does give us dies, but in this case these are very small and very easy to cut out, so we don't need dies. So we can foil all of these and cut these out very easily. We just need a small piece of foil. And you could even line these up next to each other if you wanted to. But just be careful because, again, if they're not the same height when they're cut, depending on which plate of metal they were cut on, there may be a little bit of a height difference. They may not cut the same. Is this the same? Let me see if I have a smooth white piece. Hot foil is a little bit more forgiving because, again, that adhesive is built in. I don't know if this will foil or not. You want the smoothest paper you can get. Okay, we're going to let that heat up. And you want to wait for your ready light to turn green before you hit the timer button. Okay, it looks like I had this one lined up much better. Okay, and there we go. We have a little bit, again, of that overfoiling, which I'm not too concerned with. We're going to use our little piece of tape. See how easily that took that off? Let me demonstrate that again. See, in this corner here, see where that extra foil is. See how that took that right off? Very easy. No scratching my foil, no scratching the background. Here again. No damage at all. So there's nothing wrong with your machine. It's just because this is a very foil friendly paper and this design is a very tight design. So what happens is there's air pockets that get formed in the foil. And so that foil doesn't have a way of releasing. And that's all we're doing is just releasing it with, taking it off with the tape. And normally if this were plain paper, I would say use a nice, you know, soft eraser. But an eraser on this particular paper, because this is an ultra smooth paper with a glossy finish, would probably scratch our paper. But look at how pretty that is. Okay, green. Oh, this would look really nice for an Irish design. Again, for St. Patrick's Day. All right, so while we're waiting for that to heat up, let's see here. All we need to do now is just mat this and put our sentiments on. Now with the Spellbinders Clubs of the Month, if you are already an existing club member, you can sign up for any new clubs on the 1st of the month. If you are brand new to Spellbinders, you don't have any of the existing clubs, you have to wait until January 6th to get these. Okay. Now, I do also get the 3D embossing folder of the month, the better press of the month. Wait until you guys see the better press of the month. And by the way, if you liked hot foil, you can also hot foil the better press of the month. And I actually did that. So wait until you guys see that one. So I get the wax seal of the month, the better press of the month, the Glimmer, which is the hot foiling system, and I get wax seal, 3D embossing folder, Glimmer, and better press. So I get those 4 from Spellbinders. Those are the ones that I like, but there's also die of the month, stitching of the month, stamp of the month. There's stamp and die. There's so many that you can do. You can go check all them out. I will put the links down below. If you're interested in any of these products and you want to let Spellbinders know that I sent you, please use the affiliate links. It does not cost you anything extra. And please click yes to cookies so that I do get credit for sending you guys over there. But what a cute little note card set. Very simple, very easy. Wow, that holographic bling comes through. It's very professional looking also. I mean, you could make a whole series of cards, keep them. I keep them in my car and in my purse because, again, with that set of sentiments, which are done now, you don't need to, you don't really need to do anything, you know, special. You just make the card base or the background, cut the sentiments out. We can banner cut them, and I have ready-made cards. All right, let's see if we get these to transfer over. I don't know if I gave them enough heat. And this is just plain white hammer mill paper. Hopefully, oh yeah, they should be okay. You could even make a nice set of note cards to give to someone as a gift. And they can just save the sentiments and put them on when they're ready. No, I didn't give them enough heat. So this is what happens when they don't have enough heat or enough pressure. Should be okay here. But you can see the difference between plain paper and the glossy paper. The glossy paper is always going to give you better results. Yeah, I didn't give it enough heat. Okay, we're going to do that again. And I'm going to change it to, ooh, I should change it to like a silver glossy paper or something like that. I'm going to change it to a specialty paper so that it all goes together. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I redid the sentiments on some black glossy, and they look much better. All right, so let's cut those down. Like I said, they're pretty easy to trim up. I'm going to do these two that I like the best in the middle here, the smile and hello. Save those other ones for another time. You can also use, Spellbinders sends banner dies all the time with their other kits, so I'm sure that you could easily find dies to fit those. You know what this looks like? It reminds me of the old days where we had the punch. You guys know what I'm talking about. The punch, and you type the letters out. I have one in my drawer. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm going to fishtail this one. You know what? I need to find that little dragon from a couple months ago. He would look really cute on here. Okay, and that is the January 2025 Glimmer of the Month, which includes the Aura Hot Foil, which is the holographic gold. You get this beautiful modern rope design. I don't know what you want to call it. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I never look it up, which is terrible. Background plate. You get the 5 sentiments, which say thanks, for you, congrats, hello, smile, and also I'm showing you guys the wax seal of the month, which again, I'm sorry, I don't know what the color is. You know what? I should probably look that up and tell you guys what it is instead of just guessing here. Oh, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is, which is called Floral Jewel 3D Wax Seal of the Month, which you can see there. And stay tuned. And the Glimmer of the Month, by the way, is still only $22.50. Beautiful, beautiful. I really love this one. I mean, I love them every month. I mean, they have not disappointed me yet. Where is wax seal of the month? Wax seal of the month. Oh, it says they're updating it this month for January, and it says this membership is now being updated. It's also $22.50, and it will include either or a wax seal beads or a coordinating accessory. And you know what they sent me this month, you guys? I don't think you're getting wax beads. I think you're getting this, because that's what they sent. I think you're getting the wax seal, and you're going to get your organizer box, because that's what they sent me. So, I think that's what you're going to get. So, the floral jewel. This club option also includes a pack of wax beads or a coordinating accessory. This will vary from month to month. Wow, so I think this month that's what you're going to get. Interesting. Now that's what I got. I also want to let you know that occasionally, depending on how popular the item is, Spellbinders has changed out the item or changed out the wax seal or the wax beads. So you might get something slightly different. So I just want to make you aware of that, just depending on how popular it is. So your accessory could possibly change. You may get wax beads. The color of the wax beads may change. So I just want to make you aware of that. It does not say on the Spellbinders website what you're going to get. So you may get something differently. I just want to make you aware of that. You may get wax beads. You may get something different. It says you may get wax beads or a coordinating accessory. This is what they sent to me, but I think that's great because I know a lot of you guys were already wax beads members or wax seal members, so you may already have all the different colors of wax beads. So I think it's great if they're going to send you this. Like I said, I'll show you my previous ones where I already have mine stored. So you can easily take off the handles. And honestly, I don't keep my handles. So I only need one handle. And they normally send it to me without the box. I normally just get a bag and I get this. I don't even get a handle. So this is a very nice way of storing them and keeping them. So this is always a great accessory. So I love that idea. And there you go. Or you can store your wax beads in there. So there you go. Those are my two items. I still have a video coming up for you guys showing the 3D embossing folder and the Better Press of the Month. I'm just doing the finishing touches on that. If you have any questions, post them down below. I really love this. If you enjoyed coming along with me, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. All the links are down below. Again, everything is already available. If you are already a member, it's January 1st. If you are not a member, everything's going to be available January 6th. To you, if you are brand new to any of the Spellbinders clubs, everything is available at Spellbinders or Spellbinders UK. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.